In a beautiful village, there lived a little girl. She always wore a red hood, so everyone called her Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood loved playing in the garden, picking flowers and running happily. One day, her mother called her inside and handed her a basket full of delicious food. "My dear, your grandmother is sick. Take this food to her, but be careful. Don't talk to strangers." "I promise, Mother," said Little Red Riding Hood, and took the basket with a smile. She cheerfully walked along the forest path while the sun shined brightly and the birds sang around her. The wolf peeked out from behind a big tree. His eyes gleamed hungrily. The wolf stepped onto the path and asked in a friendly voice, "Where are you going, little girl?" "I'm going to my grandmother's house. She is sick, and I'm bringing her food," she answered innocently. The wolf grinned slyly, thinking of a clever plan. "Why don't you pick some beautiful flowers for your grandmother?" the wolf suggested sweetly. "What a great idea!" she exclaimed happily and started picking flowers. While Little Red Riding Hood was busy gathering flowers, the wolf dashed through the forest toward Grandma's house. The wolf reached the small house and peeked through the window. "Grandmother, it's me, Little Red Riding Hood. I brought you some food," the wolf said in a soft voice. Knocks on the door, imitating a sweet voice. Unsuspecting, Grandma opened the door with a smile. The wolf leaped forward. Grandma screamed, and the wolf locked her inside the wardrobe. Then, the wolf quickly put on Grandma's nightgown and her sleeping cap. He tucked himself under the blanket, pretending to be Grandma, waiting for Little Red Riding Hood. Soon, Little Red Riding Hood arrived at the house and knocked on the door. She opened the door and walked in. But Grandma looked different. She notices the big ears. "Grandmother, why do you have such big ears?" she asked. "To hear you better, my dear," the wolf replied. "And why do you have such big eyes, Grandmother?" "To see you better," he said. "But why do you have such big teeth?" "To eat you up," growled the wolf and lunged at her. The wolf jumps out of bed. Nearby, a hunter was passing by. He heard the screams and rushed toward the house. The hunter burst through the door, pointing his rifle at the wolf. Scared, the wolf ran out of the house and disappeared into the forest. The hunter opened the wardrobe and helped Grandma step out. Little Red Riding Hood jumped into Grandma's arms, happy and relieved. From that day on, Little Red Riding Hood was always careful and never spoke to strangers again.